Bargain Show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Hawks, here on the panel tonight is the one and only Bridgeman and JFK. How we doing, lads?
I'm okay, Hawks, yep.
Can I say a big good evening to you two guys on the panel here? Big good evening again to the guys in the lobby, and to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening, and a big welcome to Rangers Radio.
All right, I know yesterday I told you about Fox trying to get a holiday with Thomas Cook. Well, things have moved on, Rich.
Go on.
He's queuing up for the Woolworths January sale. That's how we've got him on tonight. So, sorry, mate. Sorry.
I hope he's
he likes a bargain.
You're going to get a
Fox, JFK. He likes a bargain.
There's nothing wrong with a bargain, mate, you know. I think the Fox fella's a man that can dig out the bargain, so well done to him.
Aye, some special bargains you get with Fox, I can tell you. A wee shout out here, somebody asked me to do this, a well-known person in the lobby. Young Layla, who's 8, that's coming Tuesday, 8, big Rangers fan.
Huge. Brilliant.
And she's coming up tomorrow as part of her birthday to the game.
Yes.
First time at Ibrox. And hoping to get some photographs with the players, maybe before or after. You never know, she might bump into the legend that is Bridgeman.
Wow.
And get a photograph with him. But all the best, Layla, when your birthday comes, for everybody here at Rangers Radio.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% on that. Easy.
Yep, happy birthday, Layla. Enjoy your day, darling. Enjoy your day.
I hope she really enjoys it. I hope she does. It's nice to see the youngsters, Jimmy, the young kids coming up through.
Yeah.
It's great to see them, you know.
Definitely.
There's one his father sits near the end of the row, and nearly every week, well, it's every second week you see them. He's at that age where you're starting to see a stretch nearly every fortnight or a month. You know, you're like, wow, is that boy going to stop growing?
But it's important. It's important to get the families, the Bears, and I don't want to go into a debate about what we talked about last night, but the Union Bears and everybody, all the youngsters are important. They're the lifeblood of the club.
Yep.
You know, if you don't have new support, you eventually have less support, JFK.
Well, that's what it's all about, you know. I mean, like say yourself and others, you know, I brought my young boys and lasses to see the Jazz. I mean, I come right through the family section with my 2 boys and that, and it's great to see, you know, the young kids here enjoying the football. So, long may that continue, and a good day, a good game for it to go to tomorrow. That'd be a fantastic birthday day.
I hope she has a great day, and I hope she has a great birthday, Layla. Thanks for all the best for everybody here at Rangers Radio. Well, we're building up to a game tomorrow, 3 o'clock Saturday, very unusual for us. But arguably the third biggest game that will be played at Ibrox in the league this season. Bridgeman.
Arguably. Oh, this is the biggest game at Ibrox. No, really and truly. It's a massive game tomorrow for us. For all the fans, we'll all be shouting our lungs out for this game tomorrow. And hopefully we're on a wee bit of win. It's a roll as far as winning and getting sort of clean sheets. So we've done very well on them, and I hope that continues. I really do. I don't see why it shouldn't, because at the end of the day, we are a good team, and we're at our home park. So, Fortress Ibrox tomorrow, guys, and get tore right into them. I'm looking for mollication.
And what would the score be, by any chance?
Oh, well,
no, wait a minute. Can we get people to put that in the back of a postcard and send that?
All right, okay.
I would say it's the second biggest game. The European games take care of themselves, but there's nothing better than beating the puddle drinkers, but it's just as good, just below beating. I love to beat the sheep. No, I hate them with a vengeance. So, looking forward to that tomorrow. Oxshire, that should be a good game. Prediction for me, I'm not going to stick my neck out. I'll go for a 2-1.
A 2-1.
Wow, is that not the same as a 1-0?
Oh, there's
No,
three
no.
goals in his game and one
3
in yours.
goals.
How's that the
Yours
same?
is a boring 1-0. Mine's an exciting 2-1.
Oh, it's shocking saying that, you.
See
What
if
is
you're at
shocking?
the game and the Rangers score in the first minute, do you know just get him? I'm
No,
away,
I don't
lads.
go
That's
here.
enough.
No.
That's
I'm
enough
very
for me.
happy.
One goal's
Very, very
enough.
happy. I always hope that we get a lot of goals. I want a lot of goals. But the truth of the matter is, that's what I would. That's what I would hope. And the worst case scenario for me is my hope is we'll win at least 1-0. At least 1-0. Must win. At least 1-0.
I think if we come away with a victory tomorrow, Bridgman, I get your point, but I think we're good enough to maybe. The last time we played them at Ibrox, we had them chasing shadows, and I think we've improved since then. If we click,
Absolutely. But our big problem is going to be how do we handle big fellas? So they've got that big boy Cosgrove. If he's not injured, but he puts himself about a bit, and based on the performance we've seen from our centre halves, and it doesn't matter which two of the four are playing, that boy Cosgrove puts himself about. So we have to be able to start to handle these people better. How they do it, I don't know, but that's the only thing I've got to say insofar as that's concerned. That's our weakest point, is that if they play the big long balls up, we tend to struggle a wee bit. Admittedly, well, no, we don't struggle as much at Ibrox as we do on these plastic pitches type of thing, you know, and they're the worst for us. But really and truly, tomorrow, I think we're a far, far better team than Aberdeen, far better club. Everything about us, and we're more about us on the pitch and off the pitch than Aberdeen ever will have. And so we should have no problem winning against that mob. No problem.
if we play with one, JFK, it's simple for that. Simple for me, that. You know,
Well, that's the way. Of course it is. I mean, the way we've been playing it, it's off good game, bad game, good game, bad game. That's what we seem to be doing now. We need a bit of our really best tomorrow, and a gaffer needs to pick the personnel that he knows can win the game, and obviously we'll talk about it in the second half of the show. But I mean, we're very, very much capable of beating this team. You know, they'll put themselves about, especially the big guy Cosgrove and things like that. The big battering ram. So we need to be up for that. I mean, look what happens with our two centre halves midweek, although we come out with a victory, a good victory in my mind anyway. But they can't be ragdolled like that again, Oxford. We can't allow that to happen, especially at Ibrox. The crowd will not accept that, you know, and we'll soon let them know if the two of them are not earning their corn. So they need to be right up for it. They certainly will, as they always are. You know, they play the puddle drinkers and they seem to, and we're going to say the lie, didn't we? They're not up for it as much. They hate us the same as we hate them. So, yep, 2-1 for me, mate.
If they play that, which is, I think, the only way teams want to play against us, is they want to play long, high ball. And if Aberdeen play that way, then it's going to be like playing against Livingston and St Johnstone and things like that. That's what it's going to be like, instead of playing against Aberdeen, supposedly one of the top teams in Scotland, who supposedly like to play open football because they've got some tidy players, allegedly. Jimmy, I ask you, do you think Morelos, if he plays tomorrow, do you think he's going to get booted?
Of course he will, but
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
I mean, apart from, obviously didn't start the game against the puddle drinkers, which we all wish he had have. But this probably is his biggest test. You know, they'll put the boot in, and this is him now. You know, we've all saw how he's progressed with his temper. If that's the right word, his temper. I don't think it's his temper. I just think he's a player who loves on the edge, and that's the way he plays. So I agree with that aspect. Is that he will get kicked all apart, but it's up to him, Bridgeman, to dust his cell down, get up, and put the ball in the back of the net. That shuts him up more than anything. And he's got to have the confidence in his ability, and he knows, and we know that he's got fantastic ability. So, yep.
Do you know that every game he goes on, he pulls some wonderful faces, this young Morelos. And
Aye.
When he looks at the linesman or something like that, you know, when he's maybe beginning offside, it's quite comical, really. But I think his all-round game's improved. I don't, not just his temperament. He brings in others that he couldn't do it when he first came to the club, and fair play to the coaching staff for getting that out of him. Bridgeman.
Yeah, absolutely. And last season there was some dreadful stuff was going on, banners-wise, about Morelos. that one where mother's a mattress and all that crap, you know. And that was the Aberdeen fans. Really and truly, as long as there's nothing going on untoward that way, that would gets another way of upsetting them. Hopefully, there's nothing there like that, and they should be pulled up for these things. It's not right. That's very personal, very personal. So for me, Aberdeen to get a right good doing tomorrow for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think if we win, mate, we could easily win the game 2 or 3-0. But I think it's important for us, JFK, to start the game, get a goal. They've got to come out, and then we'll score again. We will score again, and then they don't know what to do and really stick a twist, because if they know if they twist, they might take a right down.
Aye. I mean, we keep going back to the game against the Spoonburners, 6-1 game. You know, if we can get that momentum in the Premier League at Ibrox, we'll beat anybody. I mean that day against the Spoonburners was a fantastic day. So we need to do the same tomorrow and get there and just attack them. You know, no, we shouldn't be feared to do that at Ibrox. Attack the teams. We know we sometimes like to play a bit tappy for it, but I agree. I mean, we go there and get an early goal. We are capable of winning 2 or 3-0. You know, quite comfortably. You know, but I think it will be tight. You know, whatever the gaffer's done for Thursday to tomorrow, he's got to sort out the centre back pairing. He's got to sort them out, and it's big time, and let them know. No, I mean, I don't know if Big Hollander's played against a guy as awkward and as big a unit as the big guy Cosgrove, but he's a big, and he'll put himself about, and he needs to be aware of that, you know, and he needs to be up for that battle. So the team performing about. On you go, Bridge.
No, I was just going to say, sometimes when you watch opponents when we're playing, they've got blockers, you know, so the guy can have a run. Like that big fella Dykes plays with Livingston. He can stand 5-6 yards away and have a run and a clear run and jump against Goldson, and he'll end up maybe 2 or 3 inches above him and easily get the ball. He was very good at that at Ibrox, and he's been very good at it at Livingston again, even and Helander. So he's getting that few yards. We need somebody to stand between them, you know, and just block him to stop his run getting in.
I think most of the teams are going to play with sort of a fashion of 4-5-1, mate. So basically, you've got 2 against 1 there, and I think all Bears summed it all perfect last night. Somebody's got to go and mark him. Somebody drop off. If somebody's bigger than you or they get to the ball first, it was never always a disaster when you were defending, Bridge. As long as if the sweeper was standing behind you, pulled it down and got the ball and you started attacking, he could win the headers all day long.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was that guy did have, he had at least a yard on both of our centre halves. So he's that bit faster anyway, naturally. He's taller, probably 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches above our centre halves, both of them.
He's no taller than Hollander, mate.
Oh,
the boy Dykes wasn't taller.
I think you'll probably find Dykes is something like 6'5" or 6'6".
No.
But no, let's not argue about it. I think he's taller, but he's certainly quicker. But he takes that, gets that. Sometimes he gets that wee 4 or 5 yard run to get the jump, and that obviously gives him that spring in his legs. Whereas Helander and Goldson, when they're playing against them, they're jumping from square. You know, they're just squat on the ground and they're having to jump. So sometimes you get him pressing back on him, and other times he takes a free run at them.
He's 6'2", mate.
Who? That boy?
Aye, but he's a lot broader.
He looks bigger. He looks bigger than that. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys.
Brother, I mean, it's like you look 7 foot, didn't you?
Oh, jeez, aye, run the belly.
Aye. Well, look, I'll go back to my original point, JFK. If we play, we win. So if people want to join us and give us their thoughts, what's the number?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Bridge?
They can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Old School Blue will bring them in, make sure they're okay, and enjoy yourself.
All right. Oh, we've been joined with our first caller evening. Evening, Smurf. How are we doing, mate?
Aye, good. Feeling a bit better. Aye. Excuse me, how's yourself?
Tip top, mate. Looking forward to the game tomorrow and our 3 points.
Aye, absolutely. I think you know, getting a good performance and a good result tomorrow, it will not only sort of galvanises, you know, we struggled with Aberdeen, we'll take cover, a lot of confidence for that, but also it could send them really into turmoil, you know. Hearts have turned them over, we do them as well, they're out of cup. No, it's all good positive stuff, you know. And I believe that they're struggling a bit in midfield, so if we can exploit that. But it's not even just a case of winning it. You know, ordinarily I would say, you know, let's just get the win. You know, that all that matters is points on the board. But I'd really like a good performance and give them a bit of a tanking. You know, I think they've got that coming.
I think we all would like that, but I think first and foremost we'd all take a bridge, Smith. You know,
we would, but it's just particularly them in particular. You know, I'd like to turn them over. Just like the Hibs game, you know.
Well, the same result as the Hibs game. The day's lovely, JFK.
That's what I said, you know. If we come out and play with that same momentum at the start of the game, we'll run out of attack with them. And that's what I want my Rangers team to do. I want them to go out there and go right at attack with teams. You know, don't hang back. No, humiliate them. That's what they're there to do. Score goals, win the game. So if the gaffer puts out the right team tomorrow and gets the back two sorted, then I think we'll win it. Although I'm still sticking to my 2-1. But I think if, like you said earlier on, if we get there with all guns blazing, we've got a chance of maybe beating them comfortably, very, very comfortably. So, it needs to pick the right personnel and sort out a couple of things in the back line, and I think we'll be okay. Because middle to front, we seem to be all right. I know that the Livingston game was on that kind of surface. It was poor. So this is on grass. We'll probably hopefully see Big Hollander back to his best again. You know, and whether it'll be Katic will come in with him or Goldson get a shot. We'll discuss it obviously second half. But I'm confident we'll win tomorrow. But by how many? I'm still sticking to the 2-1.
Okay, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Good evening, Oxford. It's Dutchy here.
How are we doing, Dutchy?
Touchy.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to going down that road to the E9 tomorrow morning. First thing, to be at Ibrox quite early.
Oh, why?
Yes, indeed. Why? Well, I'm meeting, as you know, with my two sons, and one of my sons is coming over from Holland with his mate who is a great Rangers supporter and is on the show, listening to the show most nights. And they're all looking forward to meeting most of the guys, or all of the guys, at the Loudon as well as the Bistro. And of course, we're all looking forward because of this game, because as Brixman said earlier on, it's one of the biggest games in JFK as well that's been happening so far this year. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic match. As you know, we had trouble getting the tickets, but we got the tickets now, and my nephew from Airdrie and his mate is coming as well. So it's going to be a great day.
It'll be an orange fest, JFK.
Well,
you can't whack an orange fest. Nothing more beautiful to look at, just a sea of orange.
I said an orange fest, no an orange chest. Carry on, Dutchy.
Yeah, I was going to wear something orange tomorrow, but I thought, nah, maybe not.
Well, the call's out for it, Dutchy. The call's out for it. They're looking for the Rangers fans to have an orange day today.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah.
I might just do that. But of course, I'm orange inside anyway. That's
Of course.
Just do the full lot. Get one of the big white horses.
Yes, of
Call
course.
yourself
Yeah.
William for the day.
No, that was my late father-in-law. Who was from Airdrie. He was William. So there you go.
Oh, well done.
We don't have a William in our family.
How do you think the game will go tomorrow, Dutchy?
Well, obviously we're hoping for a win. I'm afraid I'll be in line with Bridgman. A 1-0 is really what's all that is required. But to absolutely humiliate them. I don't know why I should say that, but that's the way I feel. I have a mate here and there who's a great Aberdeen fan, and he's always making fun about us Rangers supporters. I think the boot should be on the other foot for a change, and I should have a big smile on my face when I'm back here on Sunday again.
You wonder, Dutchy, I wonder what he could be. Why would he have a big smile on his face about the Rangers fans? Is there something
I never
we've
understood that. He doesn't even belong to Aberdeen. I believe his mother belonged to Aberdeen, but there's not many Aberdeen supporters in there. But there's quite a few Rangers supporters, quite a few Celtic supporters. There's quite a few Highland Celtic supporters, and I don't understand it.
It's a world comedy.
Well, exactly, yeah.
I thought we got rid of them with the Highland clearances.
No, that was another story. Our sons were always asking me when they were at school, Dad, what side would you have been at Culloden? Well, I'm an Episcopalian, so we would have been on the Jacobite side. But politically, I shouldn't be saying this on radio, I would have been on the government side. So there you go.
I think Culloden was a Brexit situation, mate.
Yeah, in real life.
We'll leave that one alone. We're bad enough when we talk about pirates.
Listen, Dutchy, are you meeting up with Skip tomorrow?
Yes, we'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully.
Well, if you're meeting up with Skipper, you better take your wallet,
and JFK as well.
Yeah, over there.
He's listening, though. He's listening. Watch yourselves.
No, I just want, because I knew
Skipper will be shooting
the other
away.
day, and I'm sure he said you were coming down, and you were saying your two boys are coming down as well.
Well, Skipper will be shooting away quite early tomorrow night. He's entertaining.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
No,
Is Thai chicken involved by any chance?
What was that?
Is Thai chicken involved? Is Thai chicken involved?
I think there's some Thai meat involved, yes.
Oh my God.
Oh well.
When you get involved in that, Dutchy?
Yeah, my youngest boy lives in Edinburgh, so he's coming across, and my eldest son lives in Holland for the past 4 years, and he's taking his mate Lucas across. They're both season ticket holders at Ajax, but they're also Rangers supporters, so they're both coming across as well. So Lucas has never been to Scotland before, and he's really, really looking forward to it. He's all excited.
Oh,
well done, well done.
I would keep him away from the bistro then, because he might be disappointed.
I'll tell you a wee secret about Lucas. Lucas was studying to become a minister, and he's abandoned that now. But he's like me, a minister's son, and for some reason it didn't go ahead. But no, you can be a Christian as well as being a Ger supporter. I'm sure.
Yeah. You're allowed to do that, mate. You're allowed to do that. So give your prediction, Dutchy. Get off the fence, get away from Bridgman. How you hoping it's really going to go tomorrow?
3-1.
3-1, that sounds a bit better. But we'll also be joined by Stardog. Evening, Stardog.
Evening, guys. How you all doing?
Nice Stardog.
All right, Bridge. Right, Jimmy. How you doing?
Hi,
doing fine, pal.
What's on your mind, mate? What's on your mind?
Well, we're essentially one game, mate, away from having a perfect month, mate. It'll be a clean sweep if we pick up the 3 points tomorrow. But my main point is, does any of you know the ins and outs of this deal that's happened today?
The Indian deal.
The sponsorship deal.
Aye, mate. Aye.
No,
What's the happenings with that? Is that going to be beneficial to us financially, or?
No, I don't think it's big. It's just a tie-up.
It's a 12-month deal,
right.
as far as I know.
You've got a relationship, yeah. I'm hearing that.
Right, okay, I wasn't sure what it was, mate.
Early next week that the Katic and Jack deals could be announced.
Well, that'd be brilliant.
New contracts?
Yes.
That'd be brilliant.
Well, I mean, Ryan Jack, he's been brilliant for us this season, mate. He 100% deserves it. Big Nico, he's no my feelings on him, mate, so I'll not go to that again. But, we're 3 points away from getting a clean sweep tomorrow, guys. That's a positive month. You can't ask for much more than that, mate. You really can't. I'm going for 2-0 tomorrow, by the way. I fancy us to win comfortably tomorrow.
That'll be funny if we do win tomorrow. And because of Europe, we're the only team in the country that's won every game, and I bet they still struggle to give Stevie G manager of the month star, dog. Yeah.
Mate, if we win tomorrow, right? So you've said that you've got that into my head. If he doesn't get manager of the month, I'll be raging because he deserves manager of the month, mate. I mean, to get that result against Feyenoord, to bounce back after an international break with what we've done, it's a clean sweep, mate. We've done everything that we could have possibly done. We've won every single game that's been put in front of us, and it's not been the easiest of schedules. So that's all you can ask, mate. So 3 points tomorrow will do me fine. 2-0 Rangers, comfortable victory.
Did we not play them this month?
Oh, it was August, mate.
Right, okay. I thought it was 2nd of September or something for the life of me.
No, because it was a 2-week international break, Bridge.
Yeah, I know, Papa, I know.
Yeah, we don't play them again. But you talk about the puddle drinker.
Yeah, when did we play them? What date was it when we played
It was the fourth game in the league, so it was probably September the 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, so 2nd of September. So
There
there's your
we
month.
go. Star Dog.
Well, I mean, for the international break, it's been a clean sweep. Jimmy says he likes to take it in blocks, mate. I'm admitting defeat.
It was the 31st August, you were correct, Star Dog.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Flair.
Bridgeman apologise to Star Dog.
Of course I'll apologise. I don't know when it was. Jimmy said 2nd of September, which is what I thought. I thought it was early September we played them. Or maybe 2nd of September was the transfer window closing. That's what that might have been.
So you're right. So if we win this game, 4 league games, 1 cup tie, UEFA Cup game. When was it? So that'll be 6 games, and hopefully 6 wins. We can't do any better than that, Smurf?
No, I don't think we can. It's fantastic. We just got to keep putting the points.
It was meant to be the 31st August and get moved to the 1st of September. You're talking crap, Dog.
What's going on here, Matt? You're getting shot down left, right, and centre.
First or 2nd August. You owe Bridgeman an apology, Stardom.
You better
He
apologise
to me.
He did.
He never even apologised to me. He just winged it, mate, and came out with hundreds of statements and still never said sorry. So
sorry,
there you go.
Of course I said I was sorry. Of course I said I was sorry.
Stardog, you're going to apologise to Bridge. Oh.
Of course I did. An apology is always available for me. Always.
Bridgeman, I love you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
If Bridgeman doesn't love you back, you're not going to go and tie yourself to the railings, are you?
Oh, he's done that.
Just you give me his address and I'll be there.
He's done that.
Oh, dear me.
Skipper says Stardug's turned into the new Ibrox Loyal. Skipper is shocking, by the way.
Stardog, how are you at percentages?
Oof. No, if it's anything to do with maths, mate, nah, count me out.
Skipper's right. Anyway, well done, Stardog. You lightened the mood, mate. Well done. I know that was a plan you had to try and get everybody smiling.
Ah, yes. Meth is bad in the madness, mate.
Aye. Anyway, we've still not lost the game in December.
No.
Well, we have. You're throwing me, Stardog.
No, Oxy, just on that, because
December?
If my memory
Exactly.
if my memory serves me right, they got what do you call him? Lennon got manager of the month for August, yeah. And yet the stats tell you we were the same as them in August, virtually goal for goal as well, apart from the St Johnstone game. So I didn't understand how they or he got man of the match, manager of the month for August. I didn't understand it, to be honest. I really didn't. Unless they were counting up to the international break, unless they were counting all the games up to then, which is where Stardug was talking about as well.
Listen, I mean, we come on here and we critique, and I'm going to go to Dutchy with this because I know he listens to the show most evenings, or he does it during the day. But we come on here and we can critique individual games. Like, we know Wednesday wasn't great, But if you think about it, our last 5 European ties have been good against a team for Holland. All right, their form's not great. I seen they get beat 3-0 the other night, but they're still a reasonable side. We played Legia Warsaw, home and away, undefeated. Went to Mitterland in Denmark, whose pedigree's not been bad in Europe in the last few years. And we beat them 7-3 in aggregate. And we've not one bit of praise.
Nah, we'll not get it.
And you come, Dutchy. Dutch, in you come.
Well, as I said to you before, Oxter, there was praise in the Dutch press. As you know, I watch the Dutch news every lunchtime, and I read the Dutch paper in the morning with my breakfast on my iPad. But no, the Dutch
I've
were
tried
very
that, Dutchy, but it's all Dutch to me.
no, but the Dutch were very very pro Rangers. Well, maybe something to do with Rickson as well, of course, but. And the Advocaat years, but certainly they were very, very pro Rangers, and they said that it was fantastic how Rangers beats Feyenoord. So yeah, they were very positive about the win, and Jaap Stam himself said afterwards, and I watched his interview in the Dutch press, that he was very much impressed with Ibrox, with Rangers as a club as a whole, and particularly the game they played. And he admitted that his team wasn't good enough. I always had a gut feeling that Rangers were going to win against Feyenoord, but it could have gone all wrong, because my gut feeling has been shown to be wrong in the past. But fortunately, it wasn't. And no, it was. We clearly deserved to win that match, and we did in a spectacular way, although there was only one goal involved. But certainly the Dutch press have been very, very positive and very pro-Rangers about what we've achieved so far, and they've recognised that.
And what about the papers in Ayrshire, Stardug?
Don't read papers, mate. Don't read papers. But do you know what is funny about the full situation? See, I think it would be so funny. See if Rangers had went out and have been the so-called underdogs that we won the group, and say Feyenoord had come out to Ibrox and turned us there. How long do you think it would have taken for the press to start writing about how much we're not a European quality team, how much we need to improve and all that? See, now that they've nothing to write about, they can't say anything, so they're just concentrating them across the city. But it's funny, because if Feyenoord had came and turned us over, maybe we would have been all the press. That's the thing.
But they five results, the last 5 results in Europe, forget about the teams that played the first couple of runs, they're decent results, JFK.
Of course they are. You know, sometimes we kind of doubt ourselves, you know. I was listening to Dutchie was saying, I read a lot of the things that were said there in Holland about us, and it was a lot of good praise that we got. Sometimes us as Rangers fans don't give our team enough praise. I know that might sound daft me saying that, you know, but we get ourselves on a bit of a downer when we're performing well, and even though we win and we perform rubbish, and then we start getting off on a tangent and saying, we dissect that position and that position. Look, this team tomorrow that the gaffer puts out is more than capable of beating an Aberdeen team, who, by the way, are a decent team. Let's not take it away from them, but they'll be right up for this tomorrow. So let's bum ourselves up. Let's big ourselves up. We are a good team. We should know we're a good team. So for me, I'm looking for a positive reaction after the midweek result, which we deserve to win. So. Let's take the plaudits. The plaudits for Holland were fantastic, and there was others that were doubting because they were saying that we'd beat a Feyenoord team who are basically finished. The Dutch and his kid will know better than we do. They see it there every other week. We only see what we can see here in Blighty. So to me, they're a decent team, and we didn't get the credit for beating them. The spoon burners are up to. No, the spoon burners, the puddle drinkers beat up what I would term a decent range team, and they get everything in the papers, but we get nothing. I would say that Feyenoord were a better team than Rennes, so let's big our team up, guys. And take the positives for the way the team's been playing. The 1-0 result for me in Wednesday night was a great result as far as I'm concerned.
Smurf, in you come, mate. I see you sitting there chatting in a bit.
Sorry, what was your question again?
We'll move to Bridgeman.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, get Smurf in. Come on. That's no nice. Come on, Smurf, answer it.
I don't know what he said.
Oh,
I can't answer it.
listen, it's
Oh, that's
not
brilliant.
a health and safety exam, so don't worry about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Have you done everything on that topic? Have you done everything?
Oh no, I've had 3 exams so far, and then I've got a report to write next week, and then I've got 2 other modules, and then I find out at the turn of the year if I've passed any of it. Which,
that's
if I've
brilliant.
I blew $2,500, and I'm not doing it again.
Nah, I don't
So
think
anyway.
you'll do that. You'll win.
You don't get
You'll
five.
get
You don't get 5 years to do it.
You do, but
Right.
I don't put myself through that.
Oh.
I don't care enough.
well, anyway, I wish you all the best for it, pal. And keep
Thanks
the chin
very
up
much.
and
I
go
will
for it.
do.
Just go for it. You'll get there. You'll get there. And by the way, I've forgotten what the topic was that we're talking about. So
Oh, I
don't say
know.
that
Anyway,
again,
I've got a question. Anyway, did any of you see about the boy Cardozo and the?
Oh, I did the questions on here.
Well, if we don't know what the topic is, I thought I'd try and rescue
You
it.
don't know the topic because you weren't listening.
Well, I was listening, but
Stop
look, I've
digging.
not been well all week.
Because he's
Aye,
a
go to
senior
give him that.
citizen. But you're not a senior citizen.
No, I feel like it.
Right, go on, you ask your Cardozo question. Go on.
Did you see what in the paper today, the sort of furore that's supposedly happening in Portugal about him, where he's committed a scything tackle and some wonder kid that plays with Porto, so he's done us a favour, he's broke his ankle.
Wow. Is this
Always like
Cardozo?
Cardozo.
Cardozo broke the boy's ankle,
Wow.
and then there was a punch up in the what do you call it? The tunnel, going up the tunnel afterwards, and the Porto president or an executive anyway came out and was attacking him publicly, and then an executive or the manager for the Santa Clara, I think it was the team he plays for, came out and said he's one of the top centre backs of a new generation in Portuguese football, and he's a warrior, and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, you should have seen the Motherwell game, pal. But he's might have learnt a thing or two in Scottish football after all.
I don't think he was the worst we had in the journey, Cardozo. I just think, I think if maybe we'd have come in the snow with the management team and the setup, things could have been different.
Aye, maybe.
You know.
I think it's a path
Can I come
going
in?
down. Sorry, buddy. I'll carry on.
On you go, Dutchie.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to ask about tomorrow's game. What kind of game do you think it's going to be? Are Aberdeen going to play defensively? Because I didn't think Livingston played defensively, as little as I know about football. I thought they were just going mad and just going for the ball, whereas previous teams in SPL have just been playing very defensively. The other teams, as most other teams do. And that's what's not been happening in Europe. Europe has been a more of a even game, more of an even game the way they play. But how is Aberdeen going to play tomorrow? Are they going to go for it, or are they going to play very defensively? Are they going to park the bus, as we call it?
They usually set up 4-5-1, but they also play 3-5-2. Depends what they do tomorrow. Whatever they do, they'll try and flood the midfield and frustrate us. Touchy, that's the way they'll set up. Their team talk all day. Let's get to the first 20 minutes with a goal intact and see what it takes us for there, because then they know they can quiet the crowd down, frustrate their team, and the game gets easier for them. JFK.
Aye. Look, the position that they play, they'll come to attack at Ibrox tomorrow. They always do, right? I think tomorrow we'll probably go for a 4-2-3-1. And I think that's the way that we'll go for it. Hold on a minute, guys. I need to go away. I've got somebody here at my feet.
All right.
That's his dog.
On you come, Stardog.
I think it'll be I think Aberdeen will set out to try and frustrate Rangers tomorrow. But I mean, we've got to be on it for the very, very start, mate. The tempo's got to be there for the start. The passing's got to be crisp. I agree with Jimmy. I would like us to go with a 4-2-3-1 tomorrow, mate. The question is Ryan Kent going to be back? Are we going to keep Alfie up front? In my opinion, we've got to keep Alfie up front, mate. James Tavernier's got to play for me as well. We've got to kind of keep it the same team, mate. In my opinion, my front three would probably be, well, my front four if we're playing a 4-2-3-1 would probably be Arfield in the middle with Kent on the left, Ojo on the right, and Alfredo Morelos up front. The midfield probably picks itself with Jack and Steve Davis, and then the same back four, same goalkeeper.
I think they'll try and keep it tight. I don't think they'll open right up against this bridge. And you come, mate.
I was just going when Stardog was saying it. Did you mean it's Davis and Jack and Kamara? Is that your midfield?
No, because we're playing a 4-2. If we're going 4-2-3-1, there's only two midfielders.
All right,
mate.
Okay, pal. That's fine.
And you play Arfield as a 10.
You're going for the two defensive halfbacks. Sorry, when I say halfbacks, I mean midfield. Right, okay, so 4-2-3-1.
Hopefully that's a formation. Hopefully.
And you're going to play Arfield. Did you say Arfield on the right?
No, I'll play Arfield as a 10. I'll play Ojo on the right and Kent on the left.
Oh, excellent. And Kent's available, is he?
Well, hopefully, mate. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I mean, Gary McAllister said last week there before the press. Well, during the week there before the Livingston game, he was buzzing about. So
I don't think so, Stardom.
No.
No,
It would be magic if he was. Let's put it that way.
Too soon, Ox, you think?
I think so, mate. Aye. I think there's an outside chance we might see him before international break, but I think the bigger picture they'll be saying after tomorrow, 2 games. One of them we should win hopefully easily next Sunday. The other one's a 50-50 match. Unfortunately, we'll see Ryan after the break, and that gives him real time to get fit. Stardom.
Does anybody know if Barker's back tomorrow? Sorry, Ox.
He's been training with the first team, mate.
Yep. What about Jordan Jones? Is he available, or has anybody said anything made about him? No. I'm just thinking who we could play in the left. But he might go with the 4-3-3, mate. He probably will go with the 4-3-3 and just bring Kamara in again. Play with Arfield and Ojo. It's a hard one, mate. I like the 4-2-3-1. That's how I was kind of swaying towards that there. It's a good formation. It's an attacking formation, mate. We'll be at home. We will have majority of the ball. I believe Aberdeen will set out to try and frustrate us, but as long as we do our business on the park, nothing else should matter.
Aye, and it's all about results, Dutch, you hear it?
Yes, it is, mate. Yeah, obviously we don't know at this stage who the referee is going to be as well. I don't want to be controversial, but that's always a huge part of it as well. Who's going to be refereeing us tomorrow? Judging on past referee decisions. I always used to think that the European referees were fair, but I didn't think the last European referee was fair at all. The referee in Livingston wasn't fair to us either. There was clear penalty involved as well. So, I don't know. It's all about luck, I would say, as well as good play and good skills.
Bounce to the ball's a big factor in it, Smurf.
Aye, it is, absolutely. I think tomorrow I'd like to see Ojo starting on the left. I think we'll get a bit of space against him because they're going to come and have a go. Well, I hope they do anyway. And if he gets tight to Morelos, over the course of the season so far, he's got a number of goals in that sort of inside left channel, and I could see a bit of success there tomorrow. So I'm hoping Ojo starts in the left tomorrow. Me.
Can you come?
Tomorrow, I'm hoping that it's the exact same team, if at all possible, that started against Livingston, for instance, the other night there. That's what I'm hoping we get. I would love it if Kent was available, but I don't think he will be. I think it's a bit too quick. So the team that started in Wednesday against Livingston, that's the team I would go with. That was his strongest team, he thought, on Wednesday. I didn't see anything on Wednesday night that would cause him to change his mind. I know the guys are want Katic to step in. There's a couple of places there that if there's any doubts or any nags or anything, he can do that change. But theoretically, to me, that was our strongest team on paper, and that should be the team you go in with on Saturday. And that's what I would like to see. Just go out with our strongest team. The one that you think is the strongest manager, just do it. Please, don't change around for the sake of changing. Make it in your mind your strongest team. Put it out there and let's see what we can do.
I agree with that. I mean, I get a tweet and I understand the big picture. You leave people out. Stephen Davis maybe no starting Wednesday. But I think naturally, Smurf, with across the length of the season, you get enough rotation with injuries and suspensions to worry about it.
I think, at the beginning of the season, I think the difficulty is at the beginning of the season where the guys don't get much of a break, and then they're straight into pre-season, and then you've got guys that are coming back from playing international football. I think they've got to do that sort of rotation thing to get everybody up to certain levels, and then what you've just said then kicks in beyond then. So once you start hitting October, November time, your whole squad's sort of up and running, except for those that are injured, of course. And then, as you say, the natural momentum of the season, people getting suspended, injured, etc., international breaks, and the January sort of winter shutdown, that then takes care of itself. So I totally agree with you.
Right. When the teams you follow in Holland, Dutchy, is rotation a factor in the game over there? Do they look at it?
To be honest, I never really watched Dutch football apart from the odd Ajax game, and certainly I would watch every Holland game.
I know JFK watches a lot of Dutch movies.
I am sure he does. I thought he was away.
No, sorry about guys. My wee dog Blue jumped up and pulled a cable right out there. So there you go. It's locked out the room for good now. So you don't watch a lot of league football there, Dutch?
I don't watch any league football in Holland at all. No, I just watch the Holland games, particularly when we're playing Germany. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, if I may say so, and then I've got to go because I've got to get ready to go for an early start tomorrow. As far as tomorrow is concerned, I think if we can mobilise the fans as much as possible. Now, I haven't been back in Ibrox until last February, for God's sake. It's a hell of a long time ago. Me and my family, my friends who are going to be there are going to be as loud and as much pro Rangers and pro a win as possible. So please, everybody, as Freshman would say, go for it tomorrow and absolutely mollocate these guys from the northeast corner. So we must really, really go for it, and that surely will be a great help as well.
Here, Dutchy, here.
Oxley, what was their captain's name again for last season? What was the boy at left back?
The boys went to Derby.
Aye.
Jenny.
God save us, I couldn't remember that boy's name. Well, obviously,
he's a favourite at Derby.
Exactly, and he'll end up not getting a game for teams down in England.
I
think he was a good player for them against us, particularly against us, I must admit.
I heard Brad saying about the team, the team I'd probably go obviously be McGregor, Tavernier, Ghost, and Hollander, Barisic. And obviously it'd just be a straight swap for me. I'd obviously just put Davis in for Aribo. Be Kamara and Jack in there, Ojo, Morelos and Arfield. So,
can't disagree with that, Jimmy.
Can't
disagree with that, really. I think there's a number of most of the team you would pick personnel wise. Well, you won't be far away from what the manager says could be his strongest team. Now, that would depend on the ones that he's got injured. The what's the boy? Young Kent and Barton. Barton boy,
Barker.
Jones, Barker rather. So these guys, some of these guys they're not ready yet, and I would doubt very much if Kent's ready. But it would be wonderful if he was. That'd be absolutely over.
No worth the risk.
No, that. But I'd hate to go to Ibrox and see him limping off again. with the same type of injury. No, make sure he's fit 100%, and we'll go. They should be able to take Aberdeen, no problem. In my opinion, no problem.
Well,
Anyway, guys, if you don't mind.
touching you off here up early in the morning, mate, 4-hour drive.
Yes, mate. Thank you very much again for all your trouble, and hopefully I'll be as happy as I am tomorrow night.
Here, Dutchy.
Well said, Dutchy.
Cheers, Dutchy. See you
Okay,
tomorrow,
guys.
pal.
Well, yeah.
See you tomorrow,
you-
Dutchy.
Okay then, guys. Good night now.
Cheers, Dutchy.
Bye now.
What a man, eh?
Mhm.
Superb. That's some distance he's coming down for the game as well. Amazing stuff.
4-hour drive. 4 hour.
Yeah.
You know.
You said something last night, Oxtear, about the crowd, and I watched the game again this morning just to see the highlights of it. And as the camera spun round, you were right. Those two main stands both of them were less than half full.
But the
That's
St Johnstone
unbelievable.
game.
Aye. No, the Livingston game. Oh no, St Johnstone game. Sorry, yes, St Johnstone game. But even even the Livingston game, the main stands weren't full.
Exactly. But at least they had the foresight to do what they done, you know.
That's somewhat. I mean, they've got a 10,000 seater stadium or something like that with 7,200 fans in it, Rangers fans. Wow. Wow. I think we counted it up, and they're going to get roughly something like £190,000 or something like that. They'll get for that, minus expenses and so on and so forth. So that'll keep them going for a wee while.
Decent money for them. But that's gone.
Years ago, they used to say that. Oxtear. They used to say that.
What's that?
Saying years ago, they used to say that, and some of the teams actually said we would rather play it at Ibrox. Our stadium's not big enough, or words to that effect, and ask SFA's permission or the league's permission to play at Ibrox, simply because they get a bigger crowd and they get a huge payout, for the crowds. That's years ago, of course. So all things have changed. They're sell-out Saturdays here now.
Sell-out Saturday.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Oh, don't get me started, mate. Don't get me started. Just remember the follower money's starting to unravel again, but that's all I want to say.
Mhm.
Look close. Follower money's unraveling. Big style. Smurf. Windamora, great start. Players coming back for injury. Competition for places. We've moved a lot in 15 months.
Night and day. And I don't think anybody could decry us, a championship or trophies this season, because they've earned it. But as we all know, we'll never get applaudits, but we don't need that. We've earned it, and I think it's your time is now. I think it's time to just step up and deliver and take what's ours and what we've earned. Tomorrow, it's a big name in Scottish football. It's a big rivalry, and it's thrown down a marker. People play that stuff down in the media, and the manager did today, but there's no doubt about it. It's certainly thrown down a marker. A heavy defeat for them will set us up nice, and as you say, everybody's coming back. We're only going to get stronger. So, absolutely, totally
A
agree.
defeat puts them 7 points behind us. 7 points.
Aye, and out the cup and all last week, just brilliant.
Out of Europe.
Aye,
Yeah, out of Europe.
it's brilliant.
7 points, start dog.
I know, mate, but see, for me, I mean, Aberdeen, I know it'll be different for you, because you're obviously for a different generation, mate. You've seen Aberdeen be successful in that, but when I was a wee guy, we always used to leather Aberdeen, mate. So I just hope we managed to get back to that. It was always falling 5-0 when you meant to play them at Ibrox and things like that. So I'd love to get back to that, mate. I don't think it will be like that tomorrow, but I honestly do fancy for a 2-0 win. 7 points, mate. I don't really see that personally mattering, mate. I don't see them as a threat to us this year. We're not battling for second place anyway, mate. We're going for number 1 this year, so I don't see Aberdeen as a threat. Points and numbers and that don't really matter when it comes to them, mate. Just how many goals we put by them, that's what matters to me.
They were this
Yeah.
twice last year, man. They knocked us out of 2 cups last year.
I know that, mate, but this is what I'm saying. Are we not a better team than what we were last year?
Oh, indeed, yeah.
Well, let's prove it then. Let's prove it, mate. That's what I'm saying. Let's go and prove it.
Well, I've already said that myself. You know, I think that what you were speaking about there, you obviously don't go back anywhere near as far as Alex Ferguson
No, that's
days
what-
when he was a manager.
No, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, you've seen Aberdeen be successful, but when I was a wee guy growing up through Dick Advocaat, Alec McLeish era and that, we used to leather Aberdeen all the time.
Well, I must admit that, and I dare say a lot of the guys here that went to these games, Aberdeen were a force. They were a very, very good team, hard as nails, and a force to be reckoned with. Some of the players were nice players. Others
And
were just,
And there's some tidy players.
I'm saying that, yeah, they had some good players.
Aye,
I quite liked
absolutely.
Alex. I quite like Big Eck. I like Big Eck as a
No,
centre half.
no nonsense centre half, mate.
Absolutely, I liked him.
Would have signed for us in a heartbeat. But there you
Oh, it
go.
would have been lovely, wouldn't it? It would have been lovely. We were going through bad times.
The contracts were different there. You had to get the club's permission before you moved on, mate.
Absolutely, pal. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to mollocate them tomorrow. At least 1-0.
Have you seen the TV arrangements for the semi-finals? Aye.
I'm sure we'll come to that.
My goodness.
JFK's put his team out there, and after we've had a tune, Stardog, get your pencil out, Smurf, get your crayons out, and dot your teams down for the second half of the show when we come back after the tune. The old school blue.
I've been in exile for some years and my eyes filled up with tears when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. So I took a trip along just to hear some famous songs when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. I stood there all alone while the boys all down from home sang of Rangers, that team of great renown. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now on the field below, the boys put on a show, the likes they'd never seen at Molyneux. And it's football, it was grand, from Macmillan, Scott and Brand, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now the league flag must come nearer with men like Bobby Shearer, the way he played at Wolverhampton town. And the world forever after would sing of Jimmy Baxter, for on his head they placed that noble crown. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now I knew it had to happen, I heard a mighty roar, the famous Glasgow Rangers they had scored. And the sky was white and blue, Wolverhampton shook right through, the loyal ramping Rangers had come through. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung. And a a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton Town. When the Rangers came to Wolverhampton Town.
On you go, Bridgie boy.
When it just came to Wolverhampton. You know, that must have been, what, 61, 62 or something like that they came?
Early 60s, aye.
Aye, it must have been that. Oh, my God.
Ox, any particular colour of cranes in need?
Hey, orange one. So always
Orange
Get
one.
there, pal.
There we go.
You
Right.
can't let you have the brown one because you think it's chocolate.
Aye. And I can't use the green one because you've got that, haven't you?
I had to take that off you.
Get on yourselves much. Get in there, pal. That's my boy.
All stuff. That was for Jada, a boy that lives in Corby. Remember we talked about it about 10 days ago.
Yeah.
He sung that, mate. That was the boy Jada, good friend of Corby Loyals. And he's got another song we might hear from next week again. But well done. The boy wrote that song. And it's become an anthem
Ca-
for the Ranger support. Fantastic.
It's one of my favourite songs, mate.
Mm-hmm. Back in the
It's up
day,
there in
we
the-
know-
It's in the top three.
I remember I was at school and my pal at school, his older brother, who was like, he just finished his first year apprenticeship, and him and all his mates went away down to Wolverhampton, supporting the Rangers. Fantastic, and it was great to listen to it, you know.
I tell you, the
Those early
massive
days.
support, mate, turned up down there.
Aye, it took the town over. Oh,
Aye. You know,
we didn't
back in the
know what it's
day,
about.
the atmosphere was superb. Everybody singing, support the team, and not a pyrotechnic in sight. Right, well, about GFK, gave us his team. Just give me your front three again, GFK.
My front three.
This green crane broke.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Trav Golson, Hollander, Barisic, Davis, Kamara, Jack, Arfield, Fred, and Ojo.
All right, the problem with that is I'm trying to get Kamara out the team, mate. Yeah, I thought it was very poor on Wednesday night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with the team. I think the Gaffer will pick.
Aye, that's fair enough, mate. Right, Smurf, I can't read a couple of them. That's a bit blurred. Pretty sharp, mate. Cranes, right, give us your team, mate. At least you can read your right now. I'm struggling, mate. Right, Smurf, give us your team.
He's fixing his mistakes in there.
All right, you use yours then.
My team would be McGregor in nets. I'm going the same as JFK. Basically, it's the exact same team, mate. 'Cause that's what I think the manager will pick. Same team. But my question to JFK would be: you were saying you would go with a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
The players in that team, mate. If you were going with a 4-2-3-1, who Kamara, Davis, and Jack would you have as your 10 then? If you're having Arfield out on the right.
Oh, Kamara, Davis, and Jack. I'd probably go with
Would you
Jack.
give Glenn a shot up there?
I don't know.
Seems to do the job up there for Finland.
That's what he plays for Finland, isn't it? I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Aye, I'd probably aye. I would agree with you there. Aye.
I'd be happy with that, JFK.
I think Smurf was saying last night and the night before, why not play him where he plays for Finland? And that's the position he plays, doesn't he?
Aye, I'd be happy with that. After we've
Aye,
got with that
you're
formation,
right
mate.
there, mate. Aye, I'd go with that, aye, definitely.
All right. Anyway, we've been joined by Albert, the voice of reason on Rangers Radio. How we doing, Albert?
How you doing, guys? I'm fine, thanks.
Hey, Albert.
Hi, Jimmy.
What did you have a
Well,
night?
no,
God?
Aye, how you doing? All right?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, aye, thanks.
Aye.
I just wanted in to give you my team.
All right, I'm listening to that. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Smurf, you need to wait.
Aye, no bother. I've sharpened my cranes anyway, so I'm ready.
Oh, yes.
Richie Shearer Caldo, is it?
I'm writing this down. Hold on, I sharpen my bit of chocolate. My pen.
On you go.
It's McGregor, Tavernier, Hollander, Katic, Barisic, Jack, Kamara, Davis, up front, Barker, Morales, and Ojo. If Barker's not playing, bring that boy Stewart in.
You drop Narfield.
Drop Narfield, right, and Helander, drop wee Morelos. Helander and Morelos looked tired to me, especially the wee man. The wee man did look tired at the end of that game on Wednesday.
It's all about opinions. Smurf, when you come, mate, with your team.
Aye, so but the
Sorry,
same.
it's no Morelos, Defoe. Defoe, I'm sorry, I've said Morelos. Defoe I'd play up front. Sorry, mate.
Aye, okay.
Same back four that started against Livingston. And I have Davis, Jack, Kamara, Arfield, Ojo, and then Morelos. That'd be my team.
There's a lot of assumptions here. We're assuming that if Barker's fit, he wouldn't be my first choice, but obviously we're struggling with wide men. I would go with Tavernier, McGregor in goal, Tavernier, Barisic. I would take Golson at the firing line, but I don't think that Gaffer will do that. I think he'll stick with the same back four. Then I would go with Jack and Stephen Davis. With Arfield playing in front of them, with Barker on one side, Ojo on the other side, and Morelos through the middle. Bridgeman.
Yeah, I must admit that I would, tempting as it is, listening to your teams, both you and Albert, I would have to stick with the tried and trusted, and I would go with McGregor, Tav, Goldston, Helander, and Barisic, Jack, Davis, and Kamara, and Arfield, Morelos, and Ojo. That's the way I'd go for it. That, of course, it depends on what happens. If someone else is fit, then they'll take somebody's place. Like Kent, if Kent was fit enough to start, I would imagine he would go to the outside left. And you maybe swap over Ojo and drop Arfield. Do you know what I mean? You get a multitude of things, you know.
Who do you guys think King might get a shout in along the lines?
I don't know at the moment. I think this game's too big. There's things happening that are too big. And next week, the following week, we're going to be playing in the European game, one European game away, and then we're playing, is it Hamilton?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Hamilton. And once we play Hamilton, we'll get a fortnight. And I think after that, the manager can chop and change. But I think we need to get... Sorry?
Yesterday's presser, if you remember, Bridge, I know, I mean, the gaffer said that he had a few knocks.
Yes, indeed, that's what I'm trying to say. It just depends on what the manager sees as something serious. What I don't want is them to go out to play who is injured, because we've got a lot of players that we can put in there. But obviously, to get the strongest team out until we get to this target that we're trying to get to, this international break, where everybody can get a rest and the manager can start again. We don't want any defeats up to it. No defeats at all, if possible, up to then.
You think the Aberdeen game would be too big a game to put Andy King in there, Bridge?
I think that...
you think that's too big a game for him?
No. To start the game, it's an entirely different game. Starting a game and coming in and setting a second half. He's looked apart when he's came on. I've got nothing against the boy, but you need to be there and right into it and available.
He's hardly. Sorry.
No, go on, pal. Go on.
I think he's hardly kicked. I'd be tempted to play King and all, but I think he's hardly kicked a ball in a year, really.
Correct.
But my point I was going to say was what Oxchair was saying about dropping Golson. I would be tempted to do that and all, but not in this game. This game's too big a game to make those kind of changes. But in saying that, the gaffer's chopped and changed in big games before, but I think he does need to be dropped. But I don't think this is the game to do it.
I don't think you can say that King is one of our strongest players. He'll potentially be a great player for us over the duration of the season. But for me, you're going to play Aberdeen, who's one of the biggest teams in the country in generally speaking, one of the biggest teams that have caused us problems. And you need to go with your strongest team. And I don't see King in my strongest team at the moment.
No.
I don't think at this moment in time we have what we would deem a strongest team with the injuries that we've got.
Agreed. Pal.
Bridgman, I agree with you in principle there about King. My reason for asking is you gave me the answer I was probably expecting, which I agree with you. I don't think he's up to speed yet, but he is a decent player, and I think maybe come the winter part of the season, the December, January, February, we might need a player like King in the team. But I agree with what you're saying there. He's not somebody I would start, but I was just when I was saying about what you're writing about him starting basically only because of the injuries, Bridgman, that we don't know obviously until an hour before the kick-off tomorrow
Of course.
who the gaffer's got, mate. But I agree with what you're saying. I don't think he's a starter for us. Definitely not.
See,
at this
I
moment.
think the boy King will be a smashing player for us.
Yeah.
I think he is a smashing player. But just as Smurf said there, and maybe even yourself said, he hasn't actually played any great games of football, numerically speaking, that is. He hasn't played a lot of football, possibly in the last 12 months. So it's obviously he's not going to be 100% fit. He might be as good a player as we've got until you see him. And if you put him up against Aberdeen, you might see the lack of game in his legs. You might see all that kind of thing. And we don't want that.
I've got to remember, Bridge, that the team that the gaffer picks tomorrow is obviously he's got one eye on the European game midweek against the young boys of Bern. So that'll obviously I'll think be his choice of player he wants to play. Does he arrest anybody? We know he can't arrest anybody against the Sheep. So as we all know, he's got to put his strongest team out, and I'm not saying hope for the best, but hope for the best, and the fact is that they come out of it unscathed. And anybody that's carried any wee niggler injuries that he thinks he could still play on the day, hope that doesn't get worse. But I agree with you about King. I'll take that one. I think he's a player, but he's not ready for it just to start as it is. We know he won the championship down there with Leicester, but for me, I would hold off on him for a couple of games, or probably more than that, maybe for 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I think you've got a Rebo out injured. Obviously, he can't play. From the team, from Livingston team, the team at Fair against Livingston, sorry. So it's kind of natural that either King would go in there or what's his name, or the boy Kamara to just go in there and slot into that place. And Kamara's got lots of games under his belt, and there's no really let anyone down. He might not be the greatest player in the world, but he's not really let anyone down, to be honest. Scored a goal against Livingston. So I think it's obvious that he would get that. But all I'm saying is, if we can keep going until get targets, of course, until we get to we play Hamilton, then the manager gets a wee bit of break, lets the players get themselves together, and they sees what he's got after the first section of the shall we say the league part is done. And I think he's going to have good players. He's going to have a lot of players ready and available. And I would imagine that Kent, possibly Jones, might be knocking on the door to get back in again. So you're going to have a big, wide choice for the manager. And he'll be rubbing his hands and saying, here we go, let's do it. I would suggest that anyway. As long as we keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jimmy, just think about it. If we beat Aberdeen tomorrow, then we go and we beat that mob over there. We were 3 points on that. Wouldn't it just be heaven? Wouldn't it be just heaven? But oh my God, it'd be heavenly.
Do you think that with the injuries that we've got, we know the injuries we have got, but others who might miss the game, we don't know that until tomorrow. But do you think Murphy's got a chance of appearing in the squad tomorrow?
Jimmy, I saw a wee snippet just yesterday morning. I'm sure it was on a post in Fall of All that says that Murphy won't play again this year. I don't know how true it was.
No, I never saw that. No.
So at the same time, you might find that he's playing youth football to get minutes into his legs. I just don't know because nobody said anything.
Okay, no, I don't think he's ready, Jimmy. I don't think he's ready, mate.
No, I'm thinking that I'm thinking that the possible injuries that we've got, mate. Who did we bring in? I don't know.
I think we've got enough cover to fill the bench up. I don't think that's the problem. And I think Aberdeen are coming. Make no mistake about it. They're coming not to get beat tomorrow. That's the way they're going to set up. That's the way they're setting up. And that wee trumpet McInnes is coming to try and sneak a victory. He done in the cup last year at Ibrox, that one, nothing carry on. You know what I mean? And everybody behind the ball again. I mean, he's no imagination, that guy. He's just a trumpet as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's what we're in for them all. Me, myself, I think we're going to be winning 4-0. And if you want my second half result,
That's superb.
That's a cracker.
So I think we'll take about 5 off of him.
Right, okay. I'm with palpitations here. I'm running to the bookies now.
What are you going for, Jimmy? What are you going for?
I'm going for 8-0. He says 4 the first half, 4 the second. Oh, well.
I loved it when Mark used to come out in that. Well, I'm 8-0 tomorrow. Brilliant.
Because by the way, they're not the team they were last year. No, I mean their best chance is to come in there and try and defend. That's their best chance. They open up to us, we're going to slaughter them. There's no danger of that. We'll slaughter them if they open up, and they know it. And most teams in Scotland know it as well. I mean, even that the puddle drinkers, Jimmy, when they came there, they knew it as well. That's why they played the way they played.
Yeah, of course.
If they open up to us, we'll slaughter them.
I would think so. I agree with you 100%. I think if any team that opens up against us at Ibrox, especially, I think they're onto a doing. And the Spoonburners done it that day, and they got a lesson. So, but I'm like I said, they'll come to contain us, hit us on the break, but there'll still be a team to be reckoned with on the day. So we need to be up for it. And I keep harping on about our 2 centre backs. They need to be right up for this tomorrow. We don't want them ragdolled again.
It's all down to the first goal, Jimmy. Down to the first goal. If we get that first goal and we get it early enough, we're in for a good day. I'm telling you.
The place will be rocking.
Yes, let's go.
I love it.
I'm going down the new.
We've got
I'm Ox. Where's Ox?
He's probably busy doing something in the house, pal. He's probably on mute at the moment, if he's there. Or he's dropped out, one of the two. We're just going to keep going anyway.
Aye.
Denny, sorry,
Can I just say,
on you go, mate.
See, this Cosgrove tomorrow, he's there to pick up a bit of form, so the defenders will need to be, whoever the defenders he plays tomorrow, mate, I would like to go with Katic in there and all if I could, but I know Gerrard will only drop Golston, mate. But the defenders are going to need to bat it tomorrow because he's a better striker than Livingston striking, mate, and he'll try and rough them up and all, and he'll try and bring the ball down and hold up play and things like that, and also the defenders will need to be on point tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully we get an early goal, mate, and it just settles us and we can take it for there. And as Albert's saying, take maybe 7 or 8 off them. But seriously, guys, the defenders will really need to bet it tomorrow because he's starting to pick up a bit of form again.
Did he get sent off for catching Golson? Was it Katic the last game he was at Ibrox? I'm sure he caught one of the boys late on the ball, and he gets sent off. That big boy. So you're right. I said this earlier on in the show. As far as I'm concerned, these guys have got the other players on their team that'll make it happen and chip their balls in. The big high ball is just going to. It's not even a driven high ball. It's a big high ball. It's just going to drop down like a stone, you know. And we can't. They just stand there waiting for the ball, and all of a sudden, bang! The guy's got it and he's away. And yeah, it's a danger, and we have to watch it. You're right, Standard. We have to watch it.
Oh, they're coming to do the roughhouse treatment. No, I mean that's what's happening tomorrow. And I mean they come and try it they want because I was quite happy against the Livingston. I thought we stood up to it well. I thought we actually showed up. Not all the players, but most of the players showed a bottle. I went, this is us starting now. This is us getting the idea of going. You're not going to intimidate us. You want to fight? We'll give you a fight. You want to play football? We'll play football then. But they're not going to play football. They're coming to try and stop us carrying the victories on. That's what they're coming to do. They're coming not to get beat. They're coming not to get beat.
Oh, bear watching the news and the sport on the news, both STV and BBC. When you're watching it, it's as if Rangers weren't at that game on Wednesday night. It's just, seriously, you listen to it. It's just as if Rangers weren't there, and Rangers scraped through. Where did they get it all from? Rangers scraped through
The biggest problem with Rangers in Wednesday night, thinking about it again, the biggest problem in Wednesday night wasn't that they played better, they had this, that, and that. It's the old problem for last year. We don't take enough of our chances. We created chances there on Wednesday night. I mean, and some really good chances. And Ojo should have squared the ball with Alfie on in the middle of the goal. I mean, things like that. But see, we take our chances. It's all different. The whole thing's all different. As Ox keeps saying, goals change games. I mean, if we could just take the chance, you can't take every chance. That's impossible. But our percentage of chances taken is going to increase. It's going to. If you want to win a league, that is as well. You need to increase that because some of the glaring misses we do is shocking. It's absolutely shocking.
It's quite farcical, isn't it? That young goalkeeper came on for them. He did an absolutely brilliant game for them. And when we did get through, there was one with Arfield, an absolutely brilliant wee chip. It was going to go in, and the guy managed to get his hand up and stick it over the bar. Absolutely superb. And these are the kind of games that you find with individuals when they play against us. They seem to just raise their game as high as it can ever be. And then the next time you see them, they're just ordinary or crap, one of the two.
Hey, there's a good proof of that one, Bridge. There's a good proof of that Shinny. That Shinny, every time he played us, he ran about and kicked everything and fighting and pulling and scratching and spitting and, good grief, what a player. You're looking at this boy and going, this boy's got a bit about him, hasn't he? He goes down there and disappears. He only played 4 times a year up here, and that was against us. You never ever seen him in any other game up here apart from the Rangers game. So you're sitting going, I'm sick of these players up here running about against the Rangers thinking they're players. They're not players at all. I mean, that big boy Livingston up front, I mean, McCoy was talking the other day there about Rangers should keep an eye on him, they should sign him. Stick a blue jersey on him, it's too heavy for him, he'll never ever play. He'll never play like that against anybody. Was it yourself, Brad, that said that Bill Struth, used to, if anybody played well against us, he used to sign him?
Scott Simon.
Scott Simon.
Well against the Rangers, they went and bought him.
Well, my old man says to me years ago, he says, listen, you shouldn't sign the players that play well against us. You sign the players that play well against them, no us.
Absolutely.
Because to play against the Rangers is pretty easy. To play against them, let's see what you've got against them. So I'm going to watch that. I never watch the Scum. I never watch them. I'm not interested in them. But I'm going to watch one of their games when that Livingston's playing, and I'm going to look at that centre forward. And I'm going to make an assessment for there, and I'll bet you any money you want he doesn't play like the way he played against us. I'll bet you any money you want.
Yeah. See, the thing with the Sheep normally traditionally play a 4-4-2. You know what I mean? And against Hearts the other night, Stardust want to call them now the watery farts. So I mean, their back four against the watery farts was Logan, Lee, Considine and Devlin. And in the middle, they had Lewis Ferguson, Campbell, McClellan, and I can't remember the other boy's name. I can't remember. Hedges it was. Hedges. And they play Cosgrove and Wilson up front. So they traditionally play a 4-4-2. Will they play a 4-4-2 at Ibrox tomorrow? I very much doubt it. I think what they'll probably do tomorrow is they'll probably drop. I would probably think they'll probably drop the boy Wilson back and
they'll drop him.
And bring him into the midfield and play probably 5 in there, hoping that they can get a break. They'll keep the big battering ram up front, Cosgrove. That's just my assessment. But they've got a decent defence in its own right. You know, I mean, the boy Logan puts his seal about. Considine's a big dirty devil. No, I hate the big guy. Devlin's the same. So, we need to be up for it tomorrow, guys. You know, we definitely just need to be up for it. They'll come with one objective, and that's to batter us. Let's not be battered. Let's go and batter them. You know, we've got the players to do it, but they just need to stand up and be counted. And especially, and I've said it about 20 times here tonight, we're middle two, we're back two in the centre defence, need to be strong tomorrow. Whoever that may be. And we don't know that. I mean, on Katic, Stardust, I still think that he should have, be warming the bench tomorrow. I still think he should go with Goldson and Helander tomorrow. That's just my personal choice, but If Katic comes in, hopefully.
Is that your personal choice, Jimmy, or is that who you think Gerrard will pick? Would you
No.
would you honestly play Goldson over Katic on form?
No, I'll rephrase that, pal. You're right. It's no. I think that's what the gaffer will pick.
Aye, that's what I think he'll
If
do.
I had a choice, I would pick Katic and Hollander. As it stands at the moment, I just think that at the moment, at times, that Goldson looks like a rabbit with headlights. He doesn't know what's happening around about him sometimes. So, but
And
I think Jimmy is going to drop. I think what he'll do tomorrow is drop Hollander because he's only 2 games back in, and you can see the boy was tired on Wednesday night. He was tired, and I think that's the reason he'll drop him.
I think it's the surface.
I think he should drop Goldson and put Katic in. I really do.
That's what we're saying there. Aye, we're agreed to that. But I would go for Katic and Hollander, but I don't think that's what the gaffer will play them on. I think he'll go with same old same, much as a muchness. So it'll be interesting, that we all seen it, the wee discussion that Stevie G had with Hollander at the end of the game, and it was Oxyar and Bridgman that picked up on it, as if he was trying to tell him, when the boys come to you, how to turn, especially on that type of surface. That's a terrible surface for anybody to try and play football, never mind a big 6'3" defender to try and turn and play the ball. So if I had a choice, I would play Hollander and Katic in the middle. But I think the gap.
If Gerrard picks Goldson and Hollander, you can't argue the points, really. You know what I mean? Because they've not lost any goals, so you really can't argue the point. I'm just going with what I see.
That way, will be an eye. But it's as if he's going for as much as a muchness. No, he's trying to keep the same team. But many games in a row. I don't do the stats, but many games in a row, do you think we're playing the same back four? You look at other teams and they've constantly played the same back four week in, week out. We've not had that time to do that. Well, we've always had a player drop out and players come back in and whatever, and it's not so much through injury, I know Sivili Katic had a wee bit of an injury, a wee niggle there, but for me, I would definitely play him. I'd play him especially the Mora against the Sheep. I think he'd be a better player than Goldson against them, the Mora. I think he would store up more to Cosgrove. I definitely do. That's just my opinion, but we just need to wait and see what the gaffer. But he must have a concern after the other night against Livingston. How that's 2 games running. That big guy Dykes is ragdolled him, so he's got to be concerned about that. Cosgrove's 6'4" and he's a battering ram, and then we've got Considine and see for set pieces, guys. Him and Considine are giants in the box, and same with the big guy Shuey Logan. So we need to be wary of that, and he's got to pick the personnel. And for me, it's got to be Katic and Hollander. But I don't think he'll go with that. But I hope I'm wrong. I'd like to see Katic play tomorrow.
Been joined by
I'd
George.
love to see Big Nico back.
All right, George.
You all right there, George?
How you doing, boys? All right.
So what's your thinking of the team tomorrow, George?
Jimmy, I go with your team. I can't what everybody's saying about Katic and bring them back in and things like that. I just didn't think he'll make the change, Jim. I think he'll go with the back 2 and give them that other chance, because I think you have, and again, it's sometimes it's sour grapes, but we've got the win the other night, so it's kind of be counted as sour grapes. They were poor, but it was on that pitch, Jimmy, and it's a horrible surface to play on, so I think they maybe get another chance tomorrow. For me, Jimmy, I would like to see, and he's not everybody's favourite, of course he's not, but he's just something different. He's not the most skillful in the world, but I would like to see Barker coming in, Jimmy, because he's direct, he's fast, he gives defenders and people in the park something else to think about when they're trying to take him on and things like that. So I would probably go with that tomorrow, Jimmy. But every year I come every time you got to play that lot, home or away, whatever it is, Jimmy, this is, Boswell always says, this is your cup final. But what we maybe need to do the morning, Jimmy, is actually make it our cup final. Because I think sometimes we surrender the points to them. I mean, the first game of the season, I thought we were the best team over the park, even when we were down to 10 men and we lost a goal, silly goal. But I think we need to treat it as our cup final in the morning, Jimmy, and start sticking up for these games. Because last season, the games we lost, was Kilmarnock and things like that, ones we shouldn't have lost. And we can't afford that this year. We've got to keep the pressure on. So for me, it's a hard game the morning, Jim. They've got to be right up for it. So we've got to be up for it as well.
So with Barker, he's got to be a bit of a niggle as well, right? So who would you put in place of who would you put Barker in place of?
Well, I'm not. I keep on saying it, and Stardog's about to jump over my fence and do me here, but I've just lost a bit of patience with Ojo, Jimmy. I really have. So I'd play Barker on the left and play Arfield on the right, Jimmy. That's the way I would do it. I'll not do that. I think it'll be probably the team that you actually says, Ken. I think I'll probably be much to the muchness. Probably Kamara will come in, and I'm not happy with him either, to be honest. And somebody says about how do you get Kent into the team, Jimmy? No Kent into the team, sorry, King. I want to see King play quite a decent player. The more is maybe not to bring him in, but I'm looking forward to getting him on, Jimmy. It's a big game, and we need to treat it as a big game.
See, I'm the same as yourself, George. I would like to see Barker get a game before Ojo, and myself and Stardog have been the two biggest advocates of Ojo. We watch him regularly, but I just think he's flattered this. I just think at times, some of the things he does, I'm thinking that do something different. You're doing the same thing every game, and I go back to what Fox was saying. Fox is saying, well, I would take him doing that every game, just a one-trick pony and scoring a goal every game, and so would I. But I want to go to Ibrox or whatever and go and see my team and be entertained. And if I had a choice, and the only reason I didn't pick, I'm picking the team I think the gaffer would pick, but I would like to see Barker play instead of Ojo, and I really would. But if Ojo's fit, obviously is, and Barker, even if Barker's fit, I still think the gaffer will play Ojo. And I'm like yourself, I'd like to see. On you go, pal.
See, on that one, I would have probably said, and I've obviously not been proved wrong because he really came on to maybe the last 8 games of the season. I thought he proved his worth, but I probably would have said the same about Ryan Kent last season, Jimmy. A lot of times he got into good positions, took some doing, and maybe made the wrong decisions. And it's a big learning curve. Now I think Ojo has got a good talent there. He's setting things up for us and that. So maybe the boy does need just time to settle into Scottish football, Jimmy. And that's why I didn't want to be too harsh on him, because I was maybe a bit harsh on Ryan Kent last year and thought he didn't settle in well and was a wee bit flattened to receive and things like that. And then look where we go to the end of him, you know what I mean? So I think there is a player there, Jimmy, and that's what's frustrating about him.
Aye. I totally agree with you. There is a player in there. But the fact is that we know the way that Aberdeen's going to set themselves out. Although they do traditionally play a 4-4-2, but I still think they'll flood the midfield and they'll try and suffocate us in there. And that's when we've got to be combative in that area. And sometimes I think we're a wee bit, if the word's weak, I just think so. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, Oxley said last night, although he can be a combative player, but that's no his forte. And Stephen Davis has got to try and control the game in there, because we don't have a Stuart McCall or an Ian Ferguson in the midfield anymore. And that's the type of player that we're needing. But if they go in and flood that midfield tomorrow, then we need to try and stifle that and try and win as much as we can in that midfield. So for me, I was thinking along the lines, if he would put maybe King in there, Arfield, Jack, Davis, Kamara. I mean, there's umpteen permutations you could put in there. But I've went for the tried and trusted. You know what I mean? But we've got to be combative in there. And if we don't do that, then we could end up being overrun with them. And
JFK.
Yes, mate.
See the way our team's setting up. Obviously, you watch a lot of Liverpool, but it sounds like the same as myself, right? Do you think our team would benefit more if we set up more like Liverpool's? Do you know how they don't really have, like, Mane and Salah on the wingers, mate? They're maybe a right forward and a left forward, and then you've got Firmino as a centre forward. See if we played Ojo, Arfield and Morelos just as a front three, rather than having Ojo and Arfield kind of out in the wing. Do you think we would benefit more as a team for there? Maybe fin more space in behind, pulling defenders out and things like that, and finning space in behind? Because I'm so surprised he's never went with that. Because the way Liverpool set up is they've got their 3 midfielders, and there's no centre defensive mid. There's 3 box-to-box midfielders, I would call it, and then they've got basically 3 forwards, mate. And I mean, they just devastate teams. I know we've not got that kind of calibre of player, but I'm just talking about formation-wise, kind of putting defenders out of position, filling space in behind.
You know, and I know that is the way that Liverpool always play. I mean, Matu has watched enough of them to see that, and that's a good point. You know, would we be able to do that against the Sheep? I really don't know. If I think, and the way that they play, I don't think that we'd get that luxury of playing that way. I'd love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen for us in that. I still think that whatever we do in the midfield is going to win us a battle. And that's for me. I can see the way that they'll play. They'll do the same as they always do when they come out. So they'll try to hit us on the break. They'll try to bully us, and we've got to be able to get there and play against that. But I see your thinking, Stardog, and I've watched it many times, the same as yourself. I'd love us to play that way. I don't know if it might be suicidal, you know.
Guys, could I just ask you, see if they want to play that way, would you start, as well as playing, say, Arfield and Morelos, would you start with Defoe and all?
Well, that's a good point. I was just going to... Well, would you like to see Defoe play up there with Fred? Would you like to see him fall into that position?
Well, see, I think it can only work one way. Now, the last couple of times I've spoke about Ojo, for instance, just using him in isolation, and he's left-footed, and he plays in the right, he comes in, he's got that one wee thing into where he tries to cut inside and bend it to the back post. If he plays in the left, any goals that he gets, I see him. It's Murphy, a sort of inside left. He's tight to Morelos. That's where he'll get his goal, right? So, if I was going to play the way you're talking, I'd have Arfield on the left and I would drop Ojo in that scenario. And I would have Morelos playing maybe in the right-hand side. No out-and-out right wing, but sort of in that vicinity. And I'd play Defoe through the middle. I want to
right forward, a centre forward, and a left forward.
Aye, sort of. Aye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What about you, Bridge, man? You're like myself. You're old school, and we're still into the 2-3-5. Would you think doing that kind of system would work for us?
Well, personally speaking, it's just me. I just look at it straight. We're Rangers. We're at Ibrox, and our preferred, I believe, our managers preferred setting up as a 4-3-3, and I think that's what he'll do. He'll go 4-3-3, and he's got players there, hopefully all fit players, and they've got 100% trust. The manager's got 100% trust.
That is 4-3-3, Bridge. The formation we were talking about, it is 4-3-3. You just kind of pull your wingers inside as left and right forwards kind of thing, mate.
Yeah, I know that because you're just talking about moving them from a winger side and outside right, outside left, and inside right, inside left. But I'm just saying,
you don't fancy that at all.
Well, I think you'll see they do that because I mean, Ojo, when you got Ojo particularly playing out in the wide, positionally speaking, out there, he makes a beeline for the corner of the box, and he invariably gets into the box for there. So where he ends up is in an inside left position from the wing. Like, I don't know whether they're going to be good enough. Remember, we're playing, traditionally speaking now, we're playing one of the best teams in the league, and we need to make sure we beat them. We need to make sure we beat them. The manager will do whatever the manager does. He might go. We started off with saying we would go like, was it 4-2-3-1 or something like that? You just say
4-2-3-1, aye.
Yeah. So he may line up like that, and it's a valid variation of the 4-3-3. I just don't think it will happen. I think he'll just go a straight 4-3-3. And yes, the wingers come inside, but the truth of the matter is, as soon as you ask them to play down the inside channel, inside left or inside right, then you've got that gap on the outside that you're hoping that Tav or Barisic, if they're playing, are the ones that will fill it up. I don't know if that will happen like that. I don't know how it's going to work, but I understand it fully, yeah. But well, my God Almighty, I'm so looking forward to the game. I'm so looking forward to it.
I think you're right. You're saying it puts a lot of onus because when you're talking about it in isolation, you're sort of discussing that sort of forward line. You've got to bear in mind that your fullbacks, it puts so much onus on them to get forward and to provide the width, and overlaps and layoffs and this kind of thing. You've got to be very alive, and be very cute. But I think it's only something that maybe would, it'd need to be really strapped with injuries and things and suspensions. I think that would only come in as a needs must. But it's something I'd like to see. It'd be exciting.
Back
you
there,
all there.
guys.
Oh, you go, George.
Sorry,
You
Jimmy.
go,
on you go. You're right what you're saying there, Jimmy. The starting 11 will really no change for much who we actually expect it to be. There maybe be one or two players. Cause again, there was a few people got knocks. There maybe be one or two who I think the back four would probably be the same. The outfield up front, so maybe be one person, two at the very most in the midfield. Maybe change for the other night there, Jimmy. And by all luck, I think we've actually found a left back now, Jimmy. Everybody was going on about needing a left back. I think Barisic has actually come onto a game the last few games. I'm not saying he's a world beater yet, but I think we just need the will to win and determination in the morning, Jimmy. And our loving guys should be able to do that because we're better than them. A better goalkeeper, better defence, better midfield and better up front. So we should be able to beat them in the morning. I think our guys have just got to get it pumped into them that every single game is a must win for us. It doesn't matter who we're playing against, it's a must win. And that's they teams come to Ibrox, Jimmy, and that's what they've done last year. I keep saying it, but that's what they've done last year, Jimmy. They came to Ibrox and they wanted it more than our players. We need to want it more than them this year, Jimmy. Good points, mate. Aye, Albert.
I'm not too up in the formations. All I do know is we need to take their queen. That's all I know. So, as far as I'm concerned, you just like a jersey on. Don't care what your formation is. You just go and battle them and slaughter them. That's my idea. What I would say is, Morelos will no play. I don't think he'll play at all. I think he'll go on the bench, but I don't think he'll play. I think Defoe's going up front, and I think he's keeping Morelos for the European game.
Would you rather see Morelos on for the start, Albert, and
absolutely, Jimmy. Absolutely.
Would that not be beneficial?
He's tired. He's too tired. I mean, I seen it in him in Wednesday night. The wee man ran into the ground. That's the first time I've ever really seen it in the wee man. Because he looked dead in his feet.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would rather see Fred starting the game, running his guts out for 45 minutes, and then bring on Jermaine Defoe in the second half. What would you think about that, George? I mean, just Defoe or Morelos, who would you rather see start the game?
I think Alfie's the best about the new Jimmy. I really think he's got to play in every single game. And last year I agreed a bit that Fox was saying, Jimmy, when he was saying maybe drop him back one because he's wanting to pick up the ball and run at people. But no for me, Jimmy. I think we actually ruined Martin Waghorn when we started playing him out wide and things like that. He's a predator. Everybody's feet him. Let's hope he can keep the heat the morning, Jimmy. And for me, he must play. And even if we get 60 minutes, Jimmy, 65 minutes, and then we bring Defoe after the bench. I mean, that's the way it's working. He's running him ragged. And I agree with Albert saying there. He does look a bit knackered. He's running him ragged for 50 and 60, 70 minutes. And then Defoe's coming on and putting a nail in the coffin. So that's some substitutes to have, Jimmy.
What about you, Bridgeman? You like see him starting, bring Defoe on?
I have to say that I'll say it again. I've said it for most of this season and a bit of last. He's the best player we've got, out and far and away the best and most exciting player we've got in our team. Ryan Kent might come up and steal that crown off him, but my God Almighty, what a shift he puts in and has been putting in this season. Lovely at holding the ball, bringing them in. The wee wall passes are coming in. It's all really looking good for him. Obviously, he hasn't scored quite as. I don't think he's scored as many as he scored last season at this time. But for goodness sake, what a player. What a player. Every time he gets the ball, the whole Ibrox is, well, I'm at Ibrox anyway, and we're all standing up because you just know he's going to drive into the box. And you get that feeling, and everybody's up waiting and it happening for him, My goodness gracious. So I would definitely think that we would play Morelos.
Ask you all this. No, do you all get your opinion on it? Should the gaffer pick the team? They pick some order. Should they pick it looking with one eye on the European game, or should he put all his eggs in one basket? I know we've got a good pool of players, but should he pick the team that suits Zamora and then think I need to rest him for Thursday, or should he just put everything in the one basket? Stardog?
For me, mate, you've got to take it one game at a time, Jimmy. I know the Euro. I mean, it's great to be in the Europa League, and we'll be after flying against Feyenoord, mate. And the young boys are bearing tie. I mean, it is important, but we've got to take it one game at a time. I think if you asked the majority of Rangers fans, 99.9% of them would say the league's the most important this year. So I don't think we can afford to take one eye off this game, mate. I think we've got to keep both eyes on it, fully focused. Good here. I would agree with everything else on the panel and all, mate. Alfredo for me's got to start. I think he's key to the game. Hopefully he can get there and get a couple of goals, mate. And then the second half, maybe towards the last half hour, if we're up by a couple of goals, then we can start taking key players off and start looking towards Thursday night, mate. But until that happens, we've got to stay 100% focused.
What about you, Smurf? What's your idea on the team for Amora going forward to Thursday? Should he pick a team accordingly, or should he have a wee eye on the other game?
No, I think we've got to focus on the league. That's for bread and butter. That's really what the fans are craving. You know, we've got to focus on the league and be serious about the league. You know, let's go and win it and enjoy the Europa League. You know, do everything. You know, play with the traditional Rangers values. You know, we go into every game to win, but your focus is always going to be in the league. So play your strongest 11 in the league at the expense of all cup competitions. That's what I think, anyway.
Well, you, George?
Hi, for me, Jimmy, the more is the most important game. But in saying that, I mean, I think we do well in Europe. That's last year we got into this point, Jimmy, and we're in it this year again. I think that's a big success for where we've been and all things like that. And the tiny teams we're coming up against, Feyenoord and teams last year. So for me, I think we're the strongest team. But you know what, Jimmy? I think we've got a strong enough squad now to make a wee bit of a run at this. And the Europe as well, Jimmy. I didn't think we had that last year. I think with that wee bit better. I think the group stage we're in, I think Stephen Gerrard said that is probably a bit stronger as well. But our group of players is probably a bit stronger as well, Jimmy. So I think we can actually have a squad for the two games, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Allbear and then Bridge. What do you think, Allbear?
I've said at the beginning of the season, Jimmy, and I've not changed my mind. League. Always a league. Always a league.
Yeah. Bridgeman?
Well, I can't disagree with anything anyone says. My own philosophy is whatever it is we're doing, if we're in a competition, I want to put our all into it. So tomorrow it's the league, and we've got to go with that 100%. Whatever it is the manager does, it's got to be 100%. We can't go out and say, oh, well, we'll play this guy and play that guy, we'll rest so-and-so. If the manager thinks he's our strongest player, go out and do it. Obviously, you know, you're just saying earlier there, you might have to look a wee bit. So the manager's got to do a bit of forward planning as well. So somewhere along the line, providing we're playing and playing well, then he's going to keep the team the same or as close to the same as possible for every game. And the next game against Aberdeen is the most important game of our season so far.
As you're probably all well aware, the semi-final of the Betfred Cup, we got the Watery Farts. It's what a semi-final it is. The famous against the Watery Farts and the Spoon Burners against the Puddle Drinkers. It was decided today that both games will be at Hampden on the 2nd and the 3rd. The famous will play the Watery Farts on Sunday at 3 o'clock, and the Puddle Drinkers and the Spoon Burners will fight it out at 5:30 on the Saturday.
So they're on TV then?
So are we. Both games are live on the BT Sport. So I have heard that the Spoon Burners, the Puddle Drinkers weren't happy. They wanted their game to be played on the Sunday because they're away from home on the Thursday. But BT decided otherwise. So that was dictated by them. So that's the two dates. If you're interested on watching the Spoon Burners versus the Puddle Drinkers, or you'd be better off just maybe watching Tenable or
Little
something like
stinking
that.
watery farts.
And then we play the Watery Farts on the Sunday at 3 o'clock. So that's something to look forward to. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably not get a ticket for it, but hey ho, I'll go somewhere and watch it.
So I didn't realise you said that the dates are the Saturday evening at 5:30. Is that right?
That's for
their
that's
game.
For their game, they've been 5:30 Bridge on the Saturday,
Right.
And ours is 3 o'clock on the Sunday.
And they'll have played. They have been away in
Yeah,
Europe.
we play Porto at home on the Thursday before, and they play it's a middle two games. I think there's Lazio they've got into it.
Yeah.
They're away at Lazio on the Thursday, and we're at home against Porto.
Oh my!
So it seems that they were not happy, but who cares? You know, as long as we get and beat the Watery Farts.
Jimmy, they're never happy, are they? Let's be
No,
honest.
they never are happy.
They'll be raging. You know,
Oh,
Jimmy, if they don't get through this group, it's going to be because of this League Cup semi-final.
Aye, but I mean,
I thought I picked it up wrong, Jimmy. I thought that it was a league game. I thought all the teams in Scotland had a league game that midweek, but it must be the following week after that. So it must be the European games on the Thursday, the Cup semi-final on the Saturday, Sunday, and then
I might
games
be
on the
wrong.
Wednesday.
I might have picked it up wrong, but I'm sure that there's European games. There might not be. You might be right, George. I just got a notification of the semi-final. So, if somebody wants to look that up, my information might be wrong. When's the European game? I'm just looking. Blah 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 blah. No, stand corrected, guys. La 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 la. Let's see. No, I stand corrected. It's a full SPL card. The week before.
On Wednesday night, Jimmy, innit?
Aye. So that information I was given about them being unhappy was obviously false information. But that doesn't really matter. It's a watery farts for us.
So you've got other Rangers fans all over the world, all wondering what the hell's going on.
Yep, because I'm
oh my God, what a man!
I'm watching during Crane Bridge and I dropped my vodka on it. My mistake. I got information that was false information. Actually, we play the second and the third. We play on the third and Sunday, but everybody's got a league game on Wednesday. Before that, as far as I know. Who do we play? We play. My goodness, where is that? We actually play Ross County away from home the Wednesday in the Premiership, and then on the Sunday we're supposed to play St Johnstone here on the Saturday, the 2nd of November, and that game obviously will be rearranged for the semi-final of the Cup. The reason I got the information, somebody said to me, sorry for that information, JFK, we actually play Porto the Thursday after the semi-final. So the person who sent me that information, John Agnew, wrong information you gave me, pal.
Jimmy, it's probably a time for a night for another discussion, for another show. But we'll just put this in here now. I mean, so we've got a league game against Ross County away from home. We're in a semi-final of the Cup on the Sunday. We're playing against, is it Porto you said there, Jimmy, on the Thursday following that?
Yeah.
And I think they're talking about putting St Johnstone in the midweek there as well. And I think the Puddle Drinkers are playing Hearts at Tynecastle that night as well, because that's the rearranged one. So that'll need to be fitted in there as well. And the game after that, I think we're away at Porto again, or home to Porto. So, I mean, Jimmy, I ken it's a night for another discussion, but would it not be good for the SFA to try and take a wee bit out of the Dutch FA's thing and say, Ken something, let's give it a break for a couple of weeks and let you get on with your European games and forget these silly games in between. They can get played in a few weeks' time or a few months' time when we're back to here a wee bit of time in us, Jimmy.
Well, that's what's called common sense, George, and they don't have any common sense, especially where Rangers are concerned. So, no, we'll just need to wait and see what they do, you know, who they help and who they don't help. Aye, look, every other league in Europe, they help their big teams in the Europa and Champions League, etc. But the SPFL and SFA don't seem to do that. So, lads, we're nearly reaching that time. So what I'm going to get in you all, first for you, George, Give a prediction for the score tomorrow.
I'm just hoping for a win, Jimmy. I really am hoping for a win. I'll take a Bridgeman a 1-0, and if I get that, Jimmy, I'll be delighted.
Stardog.
I'm going to go for 2-0, and I'll even fling in a Tav penalty then, mate. Tav to score a penalty, 2-0.
Smurf.
I don't know what I'm going to say this, but I'm feeling good about tomorrow. I'm feeling confident. I think I'm going to go 4-0.
Love it.
Right, All Bear.
Oh, I'm with Smurf 4-0.
Right. Last but not least is Bridgeman. Your prediction, mate, and then we'll see where we go.
Wind up then.
Yeah,
I'm going for a 1-0. The safety of a 1-0 mollication, and if I do get the mollication, I don't care what the score is. But I'd love to hammer them. Let's put it that way. I'd absolutely love it. But I would accept a 1-0 defeat right now, a 1-0 win rather right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'd just like to thank you all. I took over the second half of the show. I don't know what happened there. I'd just like to thank everyone who called in. I'd just like to thank Old School Blue, Bridgeman, Old Bear, Smurf, Stardog, can't I forget Stardog, and the delectable, delicious, voluptuous Bridgeman for joining us all here tonight. You remember to say keep up the Rangers. As far as I know, Rangers Radio will be back tomorrow, an hour before the kick-off. So over to you, Bridgeman. Thank you very much.
Can I just say well done, Jimmy? Well done, and very good. I hope it was all right with Oxtair. Hope it was just a wee technical hitch. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fan on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is a massive game tomorrow. Come on, the Rangers, get out there and mollocate them. Keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going.